have you heard? Have you heard yet? Now, first of all, I'm in shock, my dears. Have you heard? I'm just saying that for the third time, my dears. Have you? Besame Cosmetics, just in case you haven't heard about them, they're a very antique type of makeup line. It's awesome. Well, I personally have never tried anything with Besame Cosmetics, but they came out with the palette, lipsticks, lip liners, sharpeners, and lovely powders from the one and only I Love Lucy. Now, this show filmed way before I was born, my dears, but I love Lucy. Love Lucy. She is my idol. If you have the same love of Lucy, and there's an I Love Lucy collection, and yeah, you want to know my thoughts? If this is worth it, this is an awesome collection or not, then keep watching, my dears. Keep watching. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dears, and thank you so much for pushing a little play button. I really, really appreciate it. Now, today, I'm going to be demoing, showing you swatches, and a demonstration of all the products from the Besame I Love Lucy collection. I know, they came out with it. I'm in shock. If you're curious about my thoughts about the I Love Lucy eyeshadow palette, the lipstick, the cute little sharpener, the creamy liners, and the powders, then, my dears, this is the video for you. It's for you. But right before we begin, I just want to remind you, please consider subscribing. And remember to push the little notification bell, because it will let you know when my videos are up and loaded, my dears. It will let you know. And just in case you haven't already, please follow me on all of my social medias on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and even Snapchat. And it all has the exact same handle at Enidbluesinger, as well as my IMDb page, Enidbluesinger. I have tested these products and I do have my opinion. I already got my brows done. They do have something that they call a brow pencil, which is this pencil. In this collection right here, it comes with 3 pencils, and they conveniently color-coded here. The sun is deciding not to play with me very well, so I apologize. Right here, they have a red, a brown, and a white. We'll be using all of these. This brown one, if you go to the site, it does say it's multi-function, like for the lid, waterline, and for the brows. Now, I have tried this for the brows, and let's just say it's extremely creamy. It doesn't look very realistic. It smudges. You need like 2 or 3 things to hold, and my eyebrows, they're pretty good at holding stuff, but I did find another way to use this, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and put in my primer. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Anti-Aging. Very important, my dears. Very important. Alright, my dears, now we are going to start using with the palette here. I'm going to be using like an old fluffy brush. This is like a used spicy brush I bought on Amazon a few years ago, so any fluffy brush will be fine. I'm actually going to start with the I Love Lucy palette. It's so cute. Look at the packaging, my dears. It's beautiful. It has Lucy, it has Desi, or Ricky if you want to refer to the show, and dancing. I'm going to try to give you an up-close personal look at this palette. Like, you can like literally feel everything on this palette. Like, it's nice 3D. I don't know if 3D is the word. The printing of the packaging here. It has Club, Ricky Ricardo's BABALU, his famous drums, the trees. It's just all Ricky Ricardo, and of course the beautiful Lucy. And in the back, of course, this is Besame, Gabriela Hernandez. So it is made in the USA, so good. This is the palette. It is not magnet. It has a beautiful mirror, like a decent mirror for you to look at yourself and travel with. So it is fantastic. It has 8 shades in here. And let's start from the top. This gray taupey color is Tropicana Taupe. This middle one is Band Leader Brown. This one's Mercy Mauve. That one's My Kitty Cuddy Roots. This one's Salesman Blue, BABALU, Ricardo Rose, and Lucy Lilac. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be using My Kitty Cuddy Roots. And put it all over the lid. I'm sorry, my dears, that the angle is a little bit different than a second ago. The sun wants to keep changing every 10 seconds. So this is the angle where it has a little bit of shadow, so I can actually, show you. So just a little FYI, you're not going crazy. I changed the angles because of the sun. Now we're gonna go really into the palette. Now, I have tried this look before, and it's a look that I like. It may not be, as I stated, 1950s, 20s type of situation, but I wanted to show you, if you're new to my channel, all the colors in one palette as much as possible. Now with this palette, I'm going to show you all the colors, but these two, by the way. These two, they're more of a cooler tone, and I couldn't make it fit with the other colors. So, yeah. But I'm going to show you a quick eye look. Not going to explain everything, but I will be putting the shades that I'm doing. I will be pointing to the shades that I am using. Let's begin, shall we? Let's begin. Dears, that's basically using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades so far. I will be using one additional shade in another while once we continue the rest of the base. Because, yeah, but that's basically what I've came up with. The only thing I can tell you is that these two, they're very pastel colors, so these require a lot of building up. You have to build up these colors. I mean, you just have to. So you can see, so I had to keep going and going and going and buffing, and they'll show up nice and bright and beautiful, like sunset, you know, especially beautiful for this year. Very nice sunsetty colors, and you actually use both of these for one eyeshadow look or two eyeshadow look. You can actually create a beautiful look with just these two colors. If you're interested in how, let me know, comment below. I just thought of that. And because they don't exactly have a brown bone, but back then they didn't really use highlighters and all the fanciness as we do now, because, you know, we're spoiled. Hashtag spoiled. This is the closest shade that I was able to get. In today's look, I'm not going to use any highlighter or anything to do that. Back then, well, they didn't have any, and you will see part of the collection that they just really didn't. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to step away, clean up a little bit, because if you are new to my channel, my dears, I'm very messy when I do makeup switches, hence why I do my eyes first. I'm going to put some mascara, because some mascara did not come into this collection, my dears. And I'm going to put my primer, my foundation, but I will stop and come back. But I'm not going to set anything, because I will come back. And there's actually an interesting Lucy powder in here that I want to show you, my dears, and how it works. So if you give me a moment, I will be right back in 1, 2, 3. Alright, my dears, I am back. I do have my foundation, my concealer is all blended in. Nothing is set because, well, she has a powder, my dears. She has a powder. Packaging, when you receive this, if you do order the powder, it looks like this. It has Lucy on it, Lucy's Face Powder Compact. I think quarantine has got me a little slow, because, you know, I look at this, I'm thinking you open it. No. My dears, you pull it down. Yeah, I got slow. If you're wondering if I want to keep these boxes, no, I just kept the boxes, that way I can show you and let you know how it came. So these will go away in a minute. I can't have too many bulky things, you know? Now, you will see a very gold, red, good little diamonds. It says Love Lucy on it. Hopefully you're able to see it with the sun. And in the back it just says Besame Lucy's Face Powder. It's 10 grams. It has the logo of I Love Lucy in the back. It does have a sizable mirror. It does have their Power Puff and this. Now, I don't care what skin tone you are, because this is a translucent powder and it literally disappears in your skin. Now, I'm going to be showing you 2 applications, because usually I would have one powder underneath the eyes and the other powder around my face. But today, we're going to use both of them. I'm going to use both applications, that way you can actually see which way you actually would prefer. So, we're going to use the puff that comes in here. It's actually a very nice puff, even though it's kind of thin. And I'm going to bounce this all over the face. And this is basically how it looks like with the Power Puff. It's nice, natural. You still feel a little bit stickiness, and I think it's mostly because it picks up like the most minimum powder here, so your face still gets to feel a little bit sticky. Or you could update the situation and use a brush, which is how I've been using it. Putting my brush in here, I'm using the TooFaced Mr. Right, and put it all over the face. Alright, my dears, this is how how it looks like with the brush. I personally prefer it with the brush. You still feel a little bit of stickiness, but remember, this is a very light powder. So if you're the type of person that doesn't like a lot of powder, but you like powder just to have things set, this is perfect for you. For me, I like to have very heavy powders on my face, but this is doable. It's not bad, it's just more of a preference, but I don't mind this. So I probably would be using this, like if I was doing it the way I would do makeup, I would use this underneath the eyes and then use a separate powder for my face. But I just wanted to show you it can't be used either way. It just depends on what you like and your preference. Now, if you're looking over here that is starting to look a little, do not blame the makeup for that. Keep in mind, I am outside, I'm in Texas, I'm in heat, and I was talking before I set things, so yeah, I melt. I melt my hairs, I melt. That is the product of Enidbluesinger, the powder. I am going to bronze for a minute. We are going to continue using the rest of the products that I do have, but give me a second to bronze because I don't like all of this plain, no dimension type of face. So give me a second. I'm just going to bronze. I'm not going to do anything crazy like, you know, put blush and highlight and all that. I'm just going to be using the Butter Bronzer from Physician Formula Sculpting Bronze. Alright, my dears, now that I have a little dimension to my face, it's not a lot, but I seem to have a little bit more texture, and that's so white, pale, and just plain. I am back. So let's continue on with the rest of the Enidbluesinger products. Now, I'm going to change gears for a moment. I am going to continue with the palette, but I'm going to go straight into the pencils. The pencils, by the way, it comes into this like rectangle box here. It does have like the cutest sharpener. I mean, I'm definitely keeping this for life. It is the Enidbluesinger sharpener. You can never lose it. I mean, it is the cutest thing. So even after I finish up with these products, I'm keeping this. This is just too cute to not have, you know. Very cute, my dears. Very cute. But I want to go ahead and demonstrate you these three pencils. As I stated earlier, I'm going to start with this brown, my dears. As I stated earlier, this is very pigmented, very creamy. The site did say you can use this for your brows. As you know, I did not use it for my brows. One, this is not my color, and two, it's very creamy. It slips and slides, and yeah, you're going to need a lot of holding help. No, but it's an excellent liner. Like it's a pencil brush, obviously. Pencil. Right now, I've used it. It's been loved. I do like it, and I'm going to show you how I like using this. You can use this in a waterline because I have, and it does look nice. I use this like in a cool tone look that I use for this palette. I will do that tutorial soon. Just let me know if you're interested in a cool tone with the Enidbluesinger palette because I did do it. But I'm going to show you how you can use this on the very top just like an eyeliner. And it's nice and creamy and it doesn't skip. I kind of messed up my eyeshadow look. Let me fix it again. Well, as you can tell, the things melted. So let me fix this again. Alright, my dears. Well, the next item I was going to show you was the pencils, but I guess being in this heat, they kind of melted. So right now, I went in quickly. They're in the freezer. So I'm going to get them out in just a second. I'm going to let them hopefully solid up, or I can actually show the pigmentation and how they work and their smoothness. Hopefully. They're very creamy, my dears, very creamy. But let's just go straight into the palette, lips, and then I'll go back to eyes last. I'm going to go ahead and use a pencil brush, and I'm going to use Murder Mauve, and I'm going to put this all underneath the lash line. Murder Mauve underneath the lash line, and then we're going to go straight into lips. Give me a second, let me go see if I can at least get the lip pencil good. That way I can at least show you the lipstick. So give me a second, because I had a melting moment with pencils. Alright, my dears, I got one of the pencils. I checked, that's fine. This is the lip pencil. Like I said, we're going to have to do lips and finish up the eyes in just a second. So this is the color Precious Lip Liner Pencil. It doesn't tell me the shade. It's just, I just know it's red. Keep in mind, this is red. I'm not red lipstick liner kind of person, but these are very creamy and they don't skip. Alright, that is the red, my dears. This is how it it looks like on its own. It looks basically pretty much like lipstick, if you ask me. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stay this way. I do have an actual lipstick I'm gonna show you in just a second. Now I'm gonna show you the lipstick. It comes in this set. All of them come in this red box, Lucy's gold, and this shade is called What a Peach. They did have a red, her classic red, but as I mentioned, I do not wear red, and with this pandemic, if I'm going to be buying makeup, I want it to be one for my channel, two colors I'm actually going to wear, and peach is more my alley, mauvey colors type of thing. Now, this is how it looks like on top of that lip liner, because believe me, my dears, this is more likely how I'm going to wear it, because I'm going to use up that red lip liner. And that is the shade of What a Peach. You see how it toned down that red? And excuse the, I'm a little messy on the lips right now. These are so extremely creamy and beautiful on the lips. It's just, I need more practice with them, I ain't gonna lie. But this color, you see how it toned down that red? Now this kind of red, I would maybe put a little bit of shine in the middle, maybe put something even lighter, like a lighter pink, you know, have that nice ombre effect. But you know, date nights, holidays, that kind of situation. So this is how it looks like with this. Now, give me a second, I'm gonna step away again, and I'm gonna check on the other two liners and see if I can use them now. So, I'm gonna be using this brown one, the one I was trying to use. Use the Lucy sharpener. Oh, see, now the light wants to cooperate. Good. See how nice and brown that is? And here's the swatch now that it wants to cooperate. It's pigmented, my dear, it's pigmented. That's why I said this for brows. No. I'm gonna use it as a liner again. So, let's see. Now this is how rich, chocolatey, beautiful brown it looks like. And then we're gonna try the white one, which I'm gonna use for the waterline, because this is absolutely fantastic. I'm always complaining there isn't like a very good white. So far the next one I like in the Marc Jacobs, but sometimes they don't last very well. And this one, it does, my dears. And that's basically how it looks like. Now let's go on with the waterline. That, my dears, is everything in the Lucy collection. Last but not least, let me go ahead and set my face. I'm going to be using this Skin Company Roma Tropical Therapy Setting Mist. That sets and locks everything in, my dears. Now, off to my final. That's everything in the Besame Lucy makeup collection, my dears. Makeup collection. Now, I'm going to give you my final thoughts on everything. First, I'm going to try to do it rapid fire here. It's the Lucy palette, the Club BABALU. First of all, the packaging is beautiful, sturdy. I love the packaging and the design. Oh, I love feeling it. I absolutely love the theme of the border and the fact that there is a mirror. And the shades, they're pretty shades. There are 8 shades in here. They're all very, very much like the I Love Lucy. And it's just I Love Lucy colors. So it's back in the day, people use a lot of cool tones. And if you've been in my channel for a while, I don't exactly use cool tones very much. I use more warmth. Like I said, I did try a cool tone. Wasn't bad. Let me know if you want a tutorial on that with this palette, my dears. Just a little warning, I did have to use another palette to help complete that look, so just a little FYI there, my dears. I would say it's not for everybody. Here's why. These two colors, they're pastels, and you have to build it up. Like, you have to really build them up. The most pigmented ones are Bandlinger Brown, Mercy Brown, and Salesman Blue, and a little bit of Tropicana. Just there. The rest, they're very mild. Like, this is good for the brow bone, as I used, and to set your concealer, as I used earlier. There's another thing about the packaging I'm not exactly thrilled. This is my favorite, my color. I'm gonna try to get you really close to the camera. These move. So I don't know if they meant to do that, where you can pop them out and put them into like your own little palette. But some people may not want to do that, like me. I don't like doing that easily. Rarely that I do, because I tend to break them, so I'd rather just leave it in the palette. It kind of frightens me that I may fall eventually one of these days, and the glue is not that great, so no. Just one another thing about these colors. They will not last you all day. They will last you maybe an 8-hour work day, but not that much. Because the thing I found about these colors is that when you first put them on, they're very pigmented, they're strong, but as the day goes on, they slowly fade, and it just disappears out of your eye. Like, poof, they're gone. And you're like, I swear I had shadow this morning. So yeah, so if you have plans to wear this palette, let's say you go off to work and then after work you have a party to go to, or you have that hot date you gotta go to, don't recommend on this palette. Just don't depend on this palette. Just don't pick a different palette, a different love. This is not gonna take you to the date tonight. So am I happy about this purchase? Definitely, because I love Lucy lover, and she's my idol. I ain't gonna lie, she's my idol, my dear. My point is, I like it. Now, is this a palette that I plan to love and use up? Yes, if I know I'm gonna be doing things for a short period of time. But if I know I'm gonna be all over the place, or if I'm gonna be doing a show, no. So I would say this is an okay palette. Now, will I say once I run out of this, will I go buy it again? Absolutely not. So I would recommend this if you're just an I Love Lucy lover, but don't plan much more because it doesn't last very long. The next thing I'm going to show you is the Lucy powder. Once again, Besame knocked it out of the park with the packaging and Lucy and the diamonds, because I'm a girl with diamonds, I love sparkles. I mean, I just say in my ears. I love the mirror and everything else. The puff, it's actually not bad. I've seen other ones that have like little puffs and I just refuse to use them. They're flat. At least this one has a little squish in it, so we're good. But like I said, this, I would say if you want to use it, that's fine. But I don't, like I personally would not use it. And after you put your makeup on, use this. I will use other powders. I'm still going to use this and I'm going to use this up. But what I think would be best to use it is more like an after, like throughout the day. If you're like, ooh, I'm a little shiny, use this pump to take any of the oils away. It's translucent and it can help with the oils, but to set everything, it's not the best thing in my opinion. That may bother you. So I would say your best use out of this would be to put it in your purse or bag or whatever you may have as a touch-up throughout the day. But does it help your makeup last forever? No. But like I said, I enjoy the package. I'm happy I have it. Is this a repurchase? No. But I will be using it up, my dears. I will be using it up. The next thing I'm going to describe, of course, is this whole little packaging. The pencils, it comes with the I Love Lucy sharpener. I love, as I showed earlier, and yes, this is a forever keepsake because, come on, it's I Love Lucy. I know it's plastic, but it's Lucy, so, you know, it functions. The pencils, I like, but you have to be very, very careful how you use them. Because for me, for this, I would have to mix it around a little bit. Like for instance, this brown that came in is extremely pigmented, and I will use it on top of the lid there. It won't move. I kind of did have that little incident earlier. That's because we melted where in this, you know, outside it will melt. So I had to put it in the freezer to save the situation. But yeah, like after this, I'm gonna put this back in the freezer because I want to make sure, you know, next time I open them, they're not like melting. So they're extremely creamy. So that's the good thing about the little incident. You know, it is creamy, my dears. It's creamy. It's pigmented. I would not recommend this on the brows, even though the site say it does. I wouldn't recommend it, my dear. It's good for the waterline, and it won't smudge, interestingly enough, for being creamy. That's the odd part. So I would use it for like the liner, like I did today, or the waterline. But for anything else, no. Will I repurchase this particular color? Sure, because I do like up here. I can even create like a smoky look, like if I was doing a smoky look for date night or something. This red one, I do like the lip pencil. It's nice and smooth. It doesn't tuck, as you saw in the demonstration. I'm not a red person. I will use this red up, believe me, because with that peach color, it's fantastic. I like to mix a lot of my lip glosses, my lipsticks, so it can change the color and tone it down, since this is very, very bright, as you know. So this is why I'll be using this. I do not think they make another color besides these three. Now, if they made like a peach color, a nude color, or even a purple, like a light mauve color, I would definitely buy more of these for the lip pencil. Yeah, this I do like. I'm just not thrilled about the color, so I will use it up. I just won't repurchase. This one is the white one, my dears. This one is soft. It's like everything else. The same formulas was used. You saw it in the waterline. I did not have no issues. This one is the one I may actually repurchase if they still have it in stock. The weird part about this one, I didn't know if I showed you the packaging of these pencils. Ugh, beautiful writing. And these actually last a lot longer than the eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, something to think about. These last longer than these. So this white one is definitely a repurchase. If you still sell it, just stop. Besame, maybe expand the colors a little bit. Just and of course, the Olive Lucy lipsticks. I mean, the packaging is to die for, my dears. Absolutely to die for. And the diamonds, that's like the main thing out of all of them. Love. And this one is not 3D, like that just literally embedded there, and I'm glad they did that. Less chances of it to fall. I love the packaging. I mean, this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to go through, my dears. I already know. Because the formula is nice and creamy, it's smooth, it doesn't tug. And like anything else, one of my best tricks that I have a lot of these stay, if you put tissue, some powder, do that, it lasts on your lips a lot longer. Just a little trick. If you want a video of me showing you, in case you didn't quite understand that, please let me know. Comment below, my dears. So this is absolutely beautiful. I love this formula. Like I said, the other shade they have is red. I'm not a red girl. I like this. Absolutely lovely. Now, if they're able to make this in more colors, like more nude colors, chocolates, or wearable mauves, I would definitely buy it because this formula is absolutely lovely. Now, I don't know if you are a user of Besame and if all of their formulas like this, let me know because I don't know. This is obviously my first time using Besame anything. So this peach is definitely a repurchase. And this packaging, yeah, this is, even after I'm done, it's not going to go in the trash, my dears. I will put it on my vanity. And that, my dears, is everything that came in the Besame I Love Lucy limited edition collection, my dears. As I stated, hashtag not sponsored. They don't even know who I am. Now, if you like these kind of videos, let me know. If you have any video ideas, let me know down in the description below. Give me a like, share my video. I would really, really appreciate it. Now, one last thing right before we leave. Be safe, be kind, be careful. I love you, I miss you, and I'll see you on the next video. See you soon.